Hello and welcome to Catholic Focus. I'm Maureen Kimani, joined by our signed language interpreter Samuel Wanena. Here are the headlines making news today. Pressure is mounting on the government to end the prolonged uncertainty in Kenya's sugar sector, with sugarcane farmers from the western region demanding urgent action to restore leadership and protect their interest. Nancy Kajuju reports.
Sugarcane farmers from Kenya's western region are appealing to President William Ruto to intervene and help resolve the prolonged crisis facing the sugar industry. Speaking in Kakamega, leaders representing the farmers called for counties not affected by the ongoing electoral and boundary dispute to be allowed to proceed with elections while efforts continue to resolve contested areas.
The issue of election and the boundary. That is the matter that has been dodging all around. As sugarcane farmers, we have waited long enough. One thing is that we are either calling for executive orders by the president to have this matter sorted out. Yes. Yes. That is our prayer number one. Yes. The president has the authority to use the executive orders that he used to sort out matters of Mumia Sugar Company. Yes. And we are saying, Your Excellency, why don't you invoke that executive order so that the sugar industry can come back to order? Right, yeah. Otherwise, the way we are being taken round, we are not satisfied.
The leaders argued that the court case has unnecessarily delayed the election of sugarcane farmers' representatives, leaving growers without a voice in key decisions affecting the sector. They also cautioned members of parliament against introducing amendments to the current sugar bill, warning that the proposed changes could undermine farmers' interest at a time when they remain without elected representation.
Delaying tactic hii wanataka pitesa hiyo bills ambayo iko huko. So tunaomba wabunge wetu. Hii Honorable Chungwa na hii Honorable Kagwe. Tafadhali usirudie kwa hii mambo ya soga haka ambao nyinyi wenyewe ndio mlipitisha. Soga haka iko mzuri vile Excellency alipatia sisi akasign 2024. There's goodies ambao farmers nangoja. Mbona chai hapana rudisha kwa parliament? Coffee, mira, sijui makoka, iko namna gani ya mambo ya soga.
At the same time, the farmers urged Chief Justice Martha Koome to appoint a 3-judge bench to hear and determine the electoral dispute, or alternatively allow the established tribunal to conclude the matter. The leaders warned that if the legal stalemate is not resolved urgently, sugarcane farmers will move ahead and organize elections for their representatives independently.
The Chief Justice either to appoint a 3-bench judge to have these matters disposed of with the urgency it requires. Yeah. The cases must and should be handled with one judge. Because if the judge of this court issued the orders of election, his counterpart, which they are at the same power of Vihiga, issued a different orders, we shall be taken round.
Reporting for Catholic Focus, Capuchin TV, I'm Nancy Kajuju.
The Busia County government has partnered with the Kenya Animal Genetic Resource Center and Farm Inputs Promotion Service Africa in major initiative aimed at improving livestock production, increasing milk and beef yields, and enhancing farmers' incomes through improved breeding technologies. Take a listen.
We have our colleagues from
Nataka kuzalisha ile ng'ombe ambayo itaweza kustahimili mabadiliko ya tabia nchi, na pia tupunguze magonjwa ambayo inatokana na ndume. Bei itatoka from 2,000 to 700. And I want to urge every mkulima to take advantage of this service because that's the way to go. Production ya maziwa in Busia iko chini, na tunaamini tukitumia hii mfumo tutaweza kupiga jek, tuzalisha maziwa ya kutosha, na pia tuwe na ng'ombe ambazo zinaweza dumu magonjwa ambazo na hii joto iko Busia.
One of the key areas that FIPS is targeting is to help farmers improve their dairy cows, particularly through AI breeding. And with this collaboration, in collaboration with the county government, CAGRIC, we making these services subsidized for farmers at a cost of 700 shillings. As an organization, we're targeting over 6,000 inseminations that will be spread across 3 counties, that is Bungoma, Kakamega, and Busia County. And it's safe to say that at least 2,000 of those inseminations will be done in Busia County.
Tuko na mbegu ya ng'ombe wa Frisian, Asha, Gansi, Jasi, Saiwal, Boran, na pia tuko na breed ingine ambayo inaitwa Magic 50. Kwa mazao tunapolinganisha mazao ya hawa ng'ombe na hawa wa kienyeji, tunapata kwamba mazao yako juu zaidi.
As Kenya continues to grapple with rising youth unemployment and a growing demand for skilled labor, more than 400 hospitality workers from the coast region have received a nationally recognized certification under the Recognition of Prior Learning and Upskilling program, a move expected to boost employability and strengthen the country's tourism workforce. The graduates drawn from various hotels and hospitality establishments across the coast received formal certification under the Recognition of Prior Learning and Upskilling program after demonstrating skills acquired through years of hands-on experience.
The government developed and approved the policy on recognition of prior learning in the year 2024. And since then, we embarked on a journey to look for the people in the skill sector who have qualifications that are not documented. They are not documented and they are out there. And they were experiencing some challenges in establishing formal businesses, or those who may wish to continue with education, those who may wish to travel abroad as a skilled workers, and those who may wish to rise in their careers in the industry. And they were getting challenges because of lack of certificates.
The fully funded initiative implemented by the Tourism Fund in partnership with the State Department for Technical and Vocational Education and Training seeks to bridge the gap between workplace experience and formal qualification by recognizing experienced workers who previously lacked national recognized credentials.
Recognition of prior learning, they are equal as the certificates acquired through the formal learning. So it's a policy that we have been implementing, and we are happy because now even the people out there in the industry, in the MSME sector, they are able to come and we are able to assess their skills. And by so doing, some of them are more experienced even than those of us who are within the formal sectors. So we are able to integrate, we are able to work together, and we are able to bridge the gap. All this is towards addressing the issue of relevance, of skilling that we want to do as a country.
In this country, we have so many youths who have gone to school or have not gone to school, but they have skills. But because of the inability to pay school fees, do not have the opportunity to go through formal training. But with the skills that they have learned on the job this time, in this country, in Kenya, they can now be recognized because they hold a document that opens up doors for them to be able to work in any part of this world. Not just Kenya, but in all facets of this world.
The program is expected to enhance career opportunities for hospitality professionals, improve service delivery within the tourism sector, and equip the industry with a more competitive and highly skilled workforce. Officials say the initiative also supports the government's broader efforts to address unemployment by promoting skills recognition, lifelong learning, and workforce development in one of Kenya's key economic sectors.
In other news, the government have raised concern over the stagnation of exclusive breastfeeding rates. As bottle feeding continues to rise, stakeholders are now calling for stronger support for mothers to ensure more babies are exclusively breastfed during the first 6 months of life. Our reporter Susan Blletin has more.
Although Kenya has surpassed the global target with 60% of infants under 6 months exclusively breastfed, the Ministry of Health says only 60% of newborns are breastfed within the first hour after birth.
Kenya continues to make encouraging progress. According to 2022 Kenya Demographic and Health Survey, 60% of infants under 6 months are exclusively breastfed, surpassing the World Health Assembly target of 50%. However, while 89% of births are attended by skilled health personnel, only 60% of newborns are breastfed within the first hour of birth.
Speaking during the National World Breastfeeding Week celebrations at Kegumo Sub-County Hospital in Murang'a, stakeholders called for increased investment in nutrition, better workplace support for breastfeeding mothers, and greater involvement in fathers in caring for newborns.
The challenges that we face as working mothers, I'd say this from my experience. Going back to work after 3 months is not an easy thing. Today being the beginning of the World Breastfeeding Week and the emphasis on breastfeeding for the first 6 months, you can imagine going back to work after 3 months. So what happens the next 3 months? It means that you have to express milk while you're at work. Some of the workstations don't have breastfeeding rooms. That's number one. Number two, even like support. Probably you even want to find there's a breastfeeding room, but you're not given time to go and express the milk. There's also that. Like you have to work throughout. And I think that's those are some of the challenges that a lot of mothers face. And that's why these women need to be supported fully. So if it means leaving work earlier than usual, not really clocking in the 8 hours, probably they do 5 to 6 hours or 4 hours of the day, and then they are left to go and breastfeed their children, then that would be very good support. And then the breastfeeding pumps, rather the pumps, the expressing pumps, could that be checked? Because that has become a huge business right now. The electric pumps go up to around 12,000, 20,000. How many working mothers can afford that?
Kwa hivyo, kile kitu ningesema na kile kitu ningetaka kuuliza wanaume ni wasikae bali wakati mtoto analewa. Sababu hiyo ni kazi yao na wanatakiwa wasaidiane na mama. Sababu mtoto wakati ile kazi mama anafanya, pengine kuna kazi nyingine anatakiwa kufanywa hapo nyumbani. Na bwana anatakiwa aendelee na kazi. Hakuna kazi ambayo inatakiwa iwe imesimama sababu mama alipata mtoto.
Health officials also noted that community health promoters continue to strengthen breastfeeding support for mothers and families, with partners urging sustained efforts to ensure every child gets the best start in life.
Yet Kenya currently has only one operational human milk bank. And I think as we look to the future, expanding access to safe donor milk must also be part of our efforts to reduce preventable newborn deaths and give every child the healthiest possible start in life. This year's theme calls on us to strengthen what works, protect breastfeeding through effective implementation of the Breast Milk Substitutes Act, expanding baby-friendly health facilities and communities, supporting breastfeeding-friendly workplaces, using data for accountability, and scaling up proven interventions.
The county is proud to have invested in sustainable breastfeeding programs through strong county leadership, domestic resource allocation, integration of nutrition into county plans, and effective partnerships with communities and our development partners. Just to give a brief of our achievements: successful implementation of the baby-friendly hospital initiative in 15 public and private hospitals, establishment of lactation stations, including the one we have seen at Kigumo, this current hospital, Kigumo Level 5 Hospital, capacity building of healthcare workers and community health promoters, formation of hundreds of mother-to-mother support groups that continue to support mothers at community level, digitization of maternal and child health services to improve continuity of care and accountability.
Reporting for Catholic Focus, Capuchin TV, I'm Susan Bulemi.
And that brings us to the end of Catholic Focus. Thank you for joining us and for making Capuchin TV part of your day. I'm Maureen Kimani, and our sign language interpreter has been Samuel Wenena. May God bless you. See you next time.
Keep watching Capuchin TV, your staunchly Catholic identity channel.